So all of a sudden I became this cake girl in the block, in the hood, cake girl in the block. Because Alice was my friend, my close friend, we just baked the cake, bought the ingredients, and that was it. Now other friends started like, it's my birthday, it's my birthday. Now, if you are in my friend in the closest friends, I was only charging 500 shillings for the labor. You just buy everything, then 500. But if you are a friend to my friend, a friend that you're not so close to me, I used to charge 1,000 shillings. That is equivalent to $10 for the labor. And it kept on like that. That was practically it. Remember when I was out of the country, now working. I guess at that time I was in maybe Dubai. During that time, I don't remember when Alice did the wedding. So she called me up like, I am doing a wedding and I would like you to do a wedding cake for me. I was like, wedding cake? I only baked for you how many years back in campus? It's not what I'm doing now. How sure are you that I'm going to do your wedding cake? I'm not even capable, even in terms of, I don't know what happens there. And yeah, again, I was out of the country, so I didn't make to bake for her the wedding cake. Anyway, I didn't know how I would have done it anyway. So, okay, it really gave me that move, like at least she could trust me on that. And yeah, she did the wedding. I got cake from somewhere. And for me, I kept working. Now I'm bringing you back again because that was the journey. Now, here at the daycare, when we turned 1 year, now we were celebrating 1 year into the daycare now happening, and it was a very big day for us. It was an open day. We had invited all the specialists, the doctors, we had the dentist, we have the eye specialist, we had the physician, we had the dentist, we had all academicians that in our close circle who could come just talk to the parents, just offer these services to the kids. Like it was free. Eye checkup, teeth, the dental, everything was there. That time we baked the cake. Yes. We baked the cake to celebrate first anniversary with all those things that I had in my head ever since we started baking with my sister. Royal icing, and we celebrated the cake. We ate with all our guests, all our parents, all the kids, and it was a good celebration. And that was it. Fast forward, now we are into now having this conception of moving towards the cake, because we've already seen there's a market for it, and we've already seen there's a need for it. As much as there's a market for it, you have to see the need. That was like when we were into the daycare 1.5 years. So the daycare is starting, the daycare is running, and it has been there for 1.5 years. That's when the conceptualization of if we can have the cake to supplement the daycare can happen. So it means I did take a long time to supervise this. For me to be able to see there's an opportunity there, it took us 1.5 years. Because we started the daycare in August 2015, 1 year in 1.5 years into it is when I started seeing. It means I've already studied this. I've seen there's so many cakes coming. So you wouldn't say that you just grabbed the opportunity. You had to study. How viable is it? You see, and those within the 1.5 years, that's when we got to understand how they are coming, where they're coming, and all that. 1.5 years into the business, when I've started like really thinking I can have a business out of what I'm seeing, then my daughter was past 2 years, like 2 years, 2 months there. Meaning her first birthday cake is done and the second birthday cake is also done. Now, for me to actualize what I'm conceptualizing in my head in regards to the cake, who do I have in mind as a cake person? The only person who did my daughter's birthday cake. Yeah, so this is none other than Lizanne Snack. Lizanne Snack is based in 58. This was the baker for my daughter and my nephew for their first birthday and their second birthday. So I didn't have anyone to talk about the cake other than seeing them there. Even if they told us the cake is from where, there's no way we would have gone or moved a step ahead with that. So my head struck Lizanne. She's called Angidua. Her business name is Lizanne Snack, based in Nakuru in 58. Bless you, Lizanne. I picked my phone. I called, Lizanne, hi, how are you? I was like, I really need to talk to you. It's like an emergency. Just let me know when is it that I can come, sit down with you and tell you my story, my issue, because it's all about cakes, but I really need to talk to you for some tips, guidance and all that. Called up Lizanne. I told her, I'm calling you so that you can give me a schedule when you're not busy, so I can come have a sit up with you, just help me understand what happens in this caking business. That was around 2 p.m. in the afternoon, yeah? So Lizanne told me, you can come now, I'm not busy. Yes, I just drove and went to Lizanne. Anyway, I knew her place because that's where we've been picking our cakes. So I had a meeting with Lizanne. She really took her time to even listen to me. I was like crazy in her ears what I was talking about. So I told Lizanne, for me, she knew I was running a daycare. I'm running a daycare and I've seen these cakes coming and I'm looking at venturing into that. But before I even opened my mouth to my parents, I really wanted to understand the story behind the cakes, how I can make nice cakes. And to the point that by the time I'm telling them about the cake, I already know my story, what to do, how to bake, if you can train me in baking and all that. Lizanne told me, do you know anything about baking? I know, apart from the story that I told you about my sister. I was like, she told me, hey, it's difficult to see how I'm coming in, but let's continue talking so that we see how it is. Now, as we're talking, Lizanne told me, just go to YouTube, see the vanilla cake there, see the lemon cake, just try understand something to the point that by the time you're coming back, I know where you are, I know where to pick you, but as of now, it's like we are lost together. It's like you're here. Okay. That's the takeout I got from her. We decided I'm going to the YouTube. Just you buy your data, go see vanilla cake. Just see a couple of vanilla cakes, not just one. Understand them. Like this, like this, like this. See what is happening there. Go to lemon cake. Go to this. Then come back, we review what you studied, then I can be able to see where is it that I'm starting you off, right? As we finalized on that, the YouTube part, now she came like, okay, this is it. Like, now we want to start. Where are we buying the tins? This is the contact person. She gave me the contact person for the baking tins. Now you want the essences. These are the best essences to use. You can buy them from here. They are in Nairobi. They are in Tops of Nairobi, but we don't have a branch here. Just talk to them. They're going to bring it to you. There's a shop behind there where they deliver their things. My head was really already pumped up with so many things. After speaking to Lizanne, I already knew where I'm buying my baking tins. I already knew the shops where I'll be buying my wholesale stuff. I already knew where I'm going to get my essences, even the contact person, and she told me, join the Bakers Club. See whatever happens there. Just understand, see many people's cake. I'm telling you, by the time I left her place, because she even gave me the sizes of the baking tins, the one that I can start with. You must have this, you must have this, you must have this, right? So I had somewhere to start. Now I joined Bakers Club. I didn't sleep that night. Could just see cakes. I'm like, I've been back in the country for like 2 years. Now it's past, maybe plus another 1.5. What is happening? I've never seen these things. So I went online, I saw the top serve, like that. I started becoming acquainted to now this space. Yes. So I understood the shops. Now upon coming back home with all the information that I got from Lizanne, and in my home, I have an oven. So I didn't have to have that budget to buy for me to start. So I just went, bought the ingredients, and here I am. So I started with the cupcakes. I remember I did the vanilla cupcakes. And I just got the recipe from the YouTube, and I followed it religiously. And I made the cupcakes. Now, I think after maybe 3 days, I called Lizanne. Like, Lizanne, give me a slot of when I can see you. I'm like, when the kids are already gone to school, I'm always available. And for me, my daughter used to go to school very far from home, but very close to Lizanne. So I was like, okay, when I've dropped the little one, I'll pass by and see you. That is 8 in the morning. She never got tired of having me. By the time I'm seeing her after the 3 days, I already had my cupcakes already baked. So that we go evaluate and see what happens. We ate the cupcakes, but I could feel the saltiness in the cupcakes. I told her, but I feel a little bit of salt. The salt is on the high, a bit salty. Then she told me, when a recipe calls for salted butter, yes, and most of the recipes that we get online, they are always unsalted butter, but in the recipe has salt, a pinch of salt. Look at it keenly, that's how they are. But for me, our Prestige is salted already. And for me, here, I already did the Prestige, not even knowing it's salted or unsalted, and again I added the salt. Hence, I could feel the saltiness in the cake. So that's the point and about. She told me, for us, because we use the salted here, if you're using the margarine, you don't have to add the salt. And I was like, okay. Now I was good to go. Now, with my cupcakes already there, now I started doing the 1 kg cake. I don't know even if it's 1 kg or if it's what. I just get the recipe online. I do it. At times it's too oily. At times it's too sweet. I really suffered. And that very time, I already got a little bit of confidence now because I did the cupcakes, but still struggling on this. But I'm working towards bettering these cakes. Now I started talking to my clients, my parents now we have this. I'm introducing the cakes because of my cake background. We'll be having the cakes for your kids, so just consider us. And for them, they're like, you already have our birth dates, because when we are admitting the kids, every detail is there. So the cake is for you. The second parent, the cake is for you. The other parent, the cake is for you. Just do it. I could not believe. The business was already there, but I'm not equipped with the knowledge and the skills. I'm still banking on the YouTube and the Google recipes. I'm trying. If they come out very well, I could give. If they are not, again, I throw the cakes. I've thrown a lot of cakes. I've thrown, but I kept doing it. So, until I got to now a recipe that could comfortably work for me, you see? But still, I'm not understanding anything. Yeah? But I'm still doing. If I see this cake is good, then I can give. Then, clients started giving me business. It was like, you've introduced the cake. How much is this cake? And how many kgs are these cakes? So for me, I wasn't able to tell how many kgs a cake is by the look. First, I don't know. And how much will that cake be? Now, when a client sends that to me, immediately I send it to Lizanne. Immediately a client sent me a photo of how many kgs are these cakes and how much would it be. I know nothing. I'm not able to tell the size of the cake by the look. I can't even quote the price. I just don't know. So every time I received such a request, I send it to Lizanne, to her WhatsApp. Lizanne, please check your WhatsApp. like, okay, this one looks like 1.5, this one is 1, this one is 2, this is the price. So I could give the client the prices which Lisanne was giving them to me, even the sizes. So like, okay, the clients were like, okay. Now these requests began to be many, and at that very time Lisanne had a small baby. She just got a little baby. By the time I'm sending Lisanne the message, I will call, Lisanne is not picking the call. I was very desperate. By the time she's responding, maybe after 4 or 5, I was like, oh, I was taking care of the baby. I could not even hear my phone. You know, when you're overwhelmed with the baby, small, you're moving, you're cleaning, you're taking care of, and for her, she was in her break of her baking because of the baby. So for me, it was like, it's not coming at the right time. But anytime she got my call or my message, she could respond immediately. Are you okay? Are you sort? Everything is fine? I was like, yes. Or I could tell the client, I'm sorting it out, I'll come back to you. Until I wait for Lisanne, at whatever time she'll be free to see that phone, then she can give me the response. Then I talk to the client, and those cakes orders started coming. But I was desperate because there's some clients who cannot wait for a long time before you respond to them. So I became into that desperate situation. Now, the story has been very long, and as it is, it's not ending now. So watch out for part 2 of this. Learn the story of how Little Hands came to be, and we continue the story to the end. See you in the next video. Bye.